Okay, today I'm going to be showing you my updated weapon and armor mod. This mod has 10 swords, 1 staff, 1 pickaxe, and 4 sets of armor. I'm going to be going through them one at a time to show you how each works. Okay, the first sword I'm going to be using is the TNT sword. I have the recipe for each of these swords above the sword, so look at those if you would like to learn the recipe. The TNT sword will blow up any mob that it hits. It has a delay to stop you from being blown up with it. I would actually like to summon a wither skeleton for this one. I'm going to get it slightly away from my structure to keep my structure safe. That's far enough, and then just hit it and run. And it will blow up the mob. This is great for slimes because it will destroy 2 layers instead of 1. Okay, moving on from that, the TNT sword, we have the lightning sword. The lightning sword strikes lightning around you when you right click. It also strikes lightning on the body of a monster when you kill it. If I right click here, lightning will strike. Be careful to stay away from the fire. This mod does not make you immune to fire. Apparently it hits. If I hit a mob or kill it, it will strike lightning. This sword also adds a jump boost, and apparently extinguishes fire. This sword is also great for big groups of mobs. Okay. Next, we have the fire sword. The fire sword simply ignites any mob that it hits. Basically like a fire spec enchantment, but no need to enchant it. All I do is hit this slime, ignore that I am dying. This is a good one if you don't want to do any damage to the surrounding area. The rest that I have shown you so far will do some damage to surrounding areas. Next, we have the Quick Blade. The Quick Blade adds a speed 1 effect while you are holding it. Be careful, things look a lot closer than they look a lot farther away than they actually are. If I press this button, I will summon the wither skeleton and demonstrate it. The only thing it does is adds a speed 1 effect. It does do a bit of damage, not too much. Next we have the healing blade. This one is a good one for if you're at low health or have status effects. When you right click or hit a mob, it heals you and takes away all effects. This also takes away good effects. if I take a lot of damage from this slime, all I have to do is right click and it will regenerate very quickly. Next, we have the, well, I'll wait till I get in. And I'm going to also use this button to set the time today. Okay, next we have the Rider Sword. The Rider Sword is a better one for in creative. That is how I will be demonstrating it. If I come out here, I can press this button. Okay, apparently I messed up on the command block. Okay, so if I turn to creative and come over here and summon a Wither Skeleton, all I have to do is hit the Wither Skeleton and I will ride it. You cannot control most mobs. Maybe, I don't think you can control any mobs. I have not done too much experimenting with this because you will take damage when you are in survival. I am going to try to summon a Ravager and ride it. Okay. So wow, these things have a lot of health. Okay, next we have the... Oops, wrong sword to put in there. We have the Death Blade. This one adds a speed 8 effect and does huge amounts of damage. I will be demonstrating this sword on an iron golem. Apparently he was preoccupied. Let's try that again. Very preoccupied. Let's try that on a Ravager. Hopefully it will come after me to demonstrate it better. Okay, apparently mobs don't seem to want to attack me right now. Oh! Heh, maybe I should turn to survival. Let's try that iron golem again. Oh wow, that really does look closer than it is. Now would be a good time for me to use my healing sword. The combination of these two swords is extremely powerful, as the healing blade heals you when you take too much damage, and the death blade deals massive amounts of damage. It will kill large slimes and zombies, skeletons, I believe even witches. Witches in 2 hits, and anything really with lower amounts of health than a witch with 1 hit. These were all part of the set of blades that I had in my version 1.0. Now we're moving on to the blades from 1.1, not fully 2.0. The first of these blades is the teleportation blade. The teleportation blade, well, does exactly what it sounds like it does. You put it on the block in front of you, and you can simply teleport. This helps to move... Ow. It does not have any real offensive attacks, or not attacks, abilities, but it is great for moving quickly. It is also great, apparently, for walking into walls, just a warning. Next, we have the levitation sword. This is probably one of my new favorites. Simply right-click, and you will start to float. You have a slow falling effect, so you won't take any damage, but you can still get to high places very easily. You also will get a speed effect. Then if I run up to one of these mobs and hit it, it will float up into the air. Oh, great weather. I will go change that to clear. And also get myself some cooked beef. I am going to test this one last time on a wither skeleton. Wow. Okay, there we go. The wither skeleton will have no ability to come and attack me until it drops and does massive amounts of damage to itself. Next, we have the Ice Blade. The Ice Blade will... Oops, I somehow missed the R. Will freeze mobs that you hit with it. I will show you kind of what I mean by that. If I summon a wither skeleton and can just hit this wither skeleton one time, the wither skeleton will freeze and not be able to come at me, which means I can easily come and attack it. You can see that they barely move. This just adds a slowness effect to the mob. This would also be a great sword for killing animals because they cannot escape. Next, we have the... Well, that's all for the swords. Next, we're gonna move on to the laser staff. The laser staff shoots a stream of fireballs at any mob. If I just right-click, you can shoot only one if you would like, or you can shoot a large amount quickly. It is not exactly a laser like you would find from a Guardian or an Elder Guardian, but it works just as well, if not better. Thinking of the slowness of a Guardian's laser. That is the one staff that I have. Next we have the instant hit pickaxe. This is a very good mining pickaxe. All you do is right click and it will destroy the blocks for you. This also gives you some blocks that you wouldn't get in normal Minecraft, including bedrock. And if I will fill this small area with end portal frames, I will easily be able to mine it using the right click. It is not exactly a weapon, so it does not fit that well into my mod, but it is needed, as I have built a set of armor that is built using bedrock. I will show you that in a second. After I have mined some... Okay, there we go. That should be enough, I think. We will see. So, up to the second floor, after I put my pickaxe back. The second floor contains the armors. These are the 4 armors. Lightning, Enchanted, Indestructible, and Skeleton, I believe. I will have to look at that later to remember. So I'm going to be using each of these. The first I'm going to be using is the bone block. This is probably the most hard to use. It does not have that great of protection, as you can see by the this, but great. But it does have one good effect to it, and that is that you cannot be harmed by wither effect. It immediately clears any wither effect from you. I do not want to... That was great. Oh, wow. Just ignore the fact that I fell out of the world. Probably would have been smart to replace that bedrock with dirt. Okay. This is why I built this. And we can... No! Ah! No! I have a button here to set it today, but... Set time today. This is not going as expected. Well, that didn't go well. So I lost my bone armor, but you could see the effect. I should probably, before I use this next one, go... Oh, wow. That was unexpected. I didn't even notice I put that in there. I should go use the... healing sword. This is definitely my most useful sword when it comes down to situations like this. Okay, so apparently that does have a wither effect. I didn't even remember that. But this one, it's extremely good for damage. If I am blown up by this creeper, which I'm going to get slightly... I take very little damage. In fact, I could probably kill this slime by just punching it before it can kill me. Or just use the creeper. It does still take a bit of damage, but it absorbs a good percentage of that, and it is not even enchanted at this point. If I was to enchant it with protection and... I don't know what other enchantments are really that great for armor. I'm not a big person for enchanting armor, but if you were to enchant it with a whole bunch of enchantments, you could probably end up with a nearly indestructible armor with no damage being taken. This one is the one made out of bedrock. That is instant hit pickaxe. Next, we have the enchantment armor. This one is a fun one, as it gives you effects for each set of armor. Night vision for the helmet, a jump boost for the boots, speed for the legs, and fire resistance for the chest plate. A very big jump boost, as you can see. I believe that it is speed. It doesn't say what kind of speed boost it has. And it also does a huge amount of protection. This is made out of enchantment books, so any enchantment book that you want to, you can use to create this armor. It can get annoying when it comes down to jumping, but small price to pay for very powerful, very powerful armor. And the the potion effects are taken off nearly immediately, or immediately after. Oh great, I just put it back on. Immediately after you take it off. That didn't sound good. Sounds like something is on fire. But next, lightning armor. I'm going to wait till... This is made out of lightning rods, and I'm going to wait till I'm outside to put this on, and also have turned the rainstorm off. I would also like my lightning sword for this. No, my weather clearing button / weather clear. Okay, there we go. We got away quickly. Now, I'm going to use this armor once I'm far enough away. I'm not far enough away right now. This is the last thing that I have in this mod, and I am struggling with it right now. Okay, put on the armor, and lightning will strike around you like this. Where's we need it? Careful with creepers. They're in, well, not the best thing to have this. It's also hard to escape, and I have no doubt you cannot hear me right now. Okay, so if you couldn't hear that, I know that the last video I made on a mod, I had something, well, this pair of armor, and you couldn't hear me. I am saying that this is what it does, obviously, and it is kind of hard to escape when it is surrounding you. And also watch out for creepers, they will become charged.